Hi, my lovely people. Y'all, first off, let's get into this. But before we do, let me just say this. If you hear some noise and some wind and things, that's because, y'all, this is Indiana weather for y'all. We had a blizzard last week. Now we are in the 50s and 60s this week. So I'm not going to lie. I am sitting on my porch. I am enjoying myself. I'm going to talk to y'all. I'm going to have me a Newport. And we going to get into this. So if you hear a little wind, I apologize. But your girl, it feels good. We've been stuck in the house because of a blizzard. So, ooh wee, ooh wee, ooh wee. The clown show has begun. Baby, hey! Olivia is over there digging a hole, to be serious, so deep that she in a minute is not going to be able to dig herself out of it. When I tell you she thinks that she is, guess what? Albert Einstein or something, but she really is a nincompoop. This, oh baby, this streets are hot with Olivia and these restraining orders and this admitting to, what was it, alleged drugs and all this other carrying on. Okay, so let's go. So Olivia goes and gets a restraining order. Big whoop, okay? Because let me tell you something about a restraining order. Anybody can go and get one. Hell, I've had a woman go get a restraining order on me, baby, saying that I busted out her windows and I flattened her tires, okay? And guess what? Once you issue a restraining order, they're going to serve it, okay? They're going to go serve it to that person. So they're going to serve it to Gerard. Gerard will then call and say, hey, because at the bottom of every restraining order, it says if you would like to contest this, call this number. They'll give you a court date. They'll give you a telephonic hearing. I mean, y'all seen this unravel with me and Jenny. Just too bad that she couldn't make it to Indiana for her court date. Okay, let's just say that. But honey, you're going to be able to go in front of the judge and prove it. And in this case, I don't think it went that far. I've had so many people put restraining orders out on me. Then I go to the court and they have to prove it. I mean, like I said, a girl said I flattened the tire and busted out her windows, and the whole time I was in jail. Baby, you got to have proof, okay? You got to have proof to make stuff stick. So you can't be just out here willy-nilly saying some things. So everything that she has said about Gerard, he's going to have his day in court. Now, I'm going to say something. I don't think it's going to go that far for them to even have to go to restraining order court. I mean, not one bit. Because, see, I looked and I read over the document. Olivia barely talks about any altercation, so we know what she said about the whole mall thing was a lie. All Gerard has to do is walk in there with videos, which he can get off her page, any reactor's page, or anything of that nature. He'll walk in there, he'll say, can she tell the story again? Olivia will have a whole 18-hour speech of how it went this way and that way, and then videos will say it went this way and that way. We can catch her in lies when she just tries to regurgitate the story, so the judge will do that. But baby, this is where Olivia crossed the line. She went in and she started talking about child custody issues, that he can't keep the kids from her. He has to tell her where the kids are, and started going into things that they already have a custody agreement on. That's the thing. See, Olivia walked in like she was the custodial parent, like she had full custody. Like, you know, they don't get into all of that down in restraining order court. But what's going to ding her and dop her on top of the head is it was just issued. Give Gerard a few days. All he has to do is go to the family court judge that made the judgment that he is the custodial parent and she's the part-time parent, and he can do what he wants to do when he wants to do it with his kids, okay? And that's what she's going to get in trouble for, because you cannot, once something has already, girl, once somebody has already had things settled in court, which y'all custody is settled in court. If you have a problem with anything going on with your custody, you contact your judge. You contact the family management person that's in your case. You don't go out to small claims, and you don't go over to get restraining orders and start talking about things that are in a custody agreement that you signed and he signed and is in a court of law. That would be like me being sentenced to murder, and then I go and say, oh, guys, I don't want to be sentenced to murder anymore, even though the judge found me guilty. So I'm going to go over here and I'm going to make some other documents up in small claim and restraining order court. It just don't happen that way. But see, Olivia thinks she's so smart. Honey, just because they issued you that temporary restraining order, it means nothing. See, Olivia is going to either A, get into some serious trouble and lose all sight of and custody of her children. That'll be number one. Number two, she's either going to try and run with her kids and get in trouble, because there's a reason why she's doing all of this, honey. She knows she has one foot into Texas and one foot into Florida, and she's trying to go back to Florida as fast as she possibly can. And she thinks that she's going to go bail out with these kids. Now, we all know that Olivia does have the kids until they go back to school, which is on the 6th, okay? But it's her holiday, so that's what she gets. Because remember, she was whining and boohoo crying that she didn't get to have them very much, even if at all, during Thanksgiving time. So this is her holiday. So we can pump, down with that one, because a lot of people are like, oh, now she gets to keep the kids. No, this is her holiday. Just like if you were to have joint custody, we share holidays with parents. That's just how it works. So out of this situation, she got absolutely nothing. But what's going to happen, is Gerard is probably contacting his lawyer. His lawyer is probably contacting the family court judge. That restraining order is going to get thrown out. And then, Olivia, they're going to now put their foot further up your butt. I mean, I've never seen such a bitter bozo in my entire life. This woman is so bitter that she got out here on live saying that she was not going to go live anymore because her son wanted to say that he needed to go home. He wanted to go home. Oh, well, Christian was on here being whiny. He was tired. She had every excuse. The bottom line is, if I'm at work or I'm out in public or I'm at somebody else's house and I get tired and I'm upset, the first thing I want to do is go home. Okay, so if he was even tired or upset, he wanted to go home. He wanted to lay in his full-size bed. He wanted to go home and play his video games. He wanted to do more than sit there and open up Five Below trinket toys, because that's exactly what Olivia did. She went to Big Lots. She went to the Burlington Coat Factory discount toy table. She went everywhere and got trinkets right along with Jasmine. All these trinkets, okay? When you Christmas shop for your kids at the age that they have, it's always trinkets. We all been there. We've all done that. Instead of spending money on things like my son, he wanted an iPad. He wanted an iPhone 14. He wanted Dre Beats. He wanted shoes, clothes, that things. Yes. So when you go and you spend hundreds and hundreds of dollars on things and new joysticks, yes, you may only have 50, 60 things to open, but they're all value things. With this situation, it's the Big Lots, it's the discount Ollie's, it's all of that she did. He was over it. He wanted to go home. He didn't want to eat dry chicken. He didn't want to sit there and eat grapes and cheese and watch you drink the wine. He wanted to go home. He said it. It came out of his mouth. He wasn't being petty. He was tired of being around you. And that is the bottom line. Once again, that is something that can be used in court because he said it. Well, Olivia, I got a question. Do you think we care if you go live? I could care less if this woman shut down her YouTube channel. There is thousands of other people we could go out here and talk about and react on. So bye-bye. Bye-bye. Kick rocks, dust, whatever. Nobody cares if you go live. I don't care. I do not care to see Olivia get on there and chew bubble gum like she's eating hay out of a trough. So that's just that. I don't care to see her get on here and pretend to be a mother and pretend to care. But then as soon as your kids get there, you run off and get your hair and nails and tattooed eyebrows and everything else done, but you never take your kids. So girl, you really need to quit. See, I'm trying to figure out if her 8th grade education has just failed her and she just don't know no better way, or if she's just out here simply trying to just get rid of having her children altogether. I'm going to bet all my coins on the fact that, y'all, follow me with this one. If Olivia was not on YouTube and Gerard would have won custody of them kids, she'd have walked away a long time ago with no fight, no battle. Olivia is only doing these things because she knows she has thousands of people watching her every move. So she's trying to pretend as though she wants these kids. And that is the bottom line. She doesn't want them. She don't want to be around them. She just don't want Gerard to have them, and she feels like she's losing because she is. And Olivia thinks that with her green eyes and her light skin and everything else, that she's always going to win. And this is a battle, baby, that you are going to end up either broke, in prison, or lonely. And I'm going to check all three and above, baby, because I think you messing with the right people. You messing with the right people. And then you go and file a restraining order talking about all this stuff and all these people that was at the mall. Baby, Gerard, he could walk right into the store and ask the cashier to come to court on his behalf or to write a statement. Did you see this happen? Did you? And they'll be done turned on you like a mug. Then you got Nisha. Then you got Nisha's sister. They all coming to court on you, Olivia, to fight that restraining order. Have you lost your marbles, girl? Have you? I mean, I know you're a narcissist, but dang, girl, you are digging a hole that you cannot get out of. And you are going to be in some serious trouble. Now, let's go on here and talk about what Miss Fifi had going on over there. Oh, my goodness. Not Olivia admitting to using drugs. Whoo, did that come out? I'm going to have to just go ahead and say allegedly admitting, okay? But according to the paper that Fifi dropped, she admitted to it. Now, let me tell you, I know a lot of y'all are probably like, well, why would she do that? Okay, this is the thing. She said she took a hair follicle test and it came back inconclusive. Well, guess what? If you do that, they will make you take another one. She claimed that after she took the other one, that she so-called passed, which we all know she failed. Anybody that has ever, seen court or whatever the case may be, as a parent in family court or whatever the case, family court, criminal court, whatever, we've all seen that if you walk in and you say, oh, judge, I'm sorry, I have a problem, I need rehab, I need this, I need that. Maybe that's where, when me and Fifi were reading the documents, where her and Gerard were both ordered parenting classes, but Olivia was also ordered to go and see someone else. And what I did was I went and I looked the name up that was on the document, and it was actually a rehabilitation specialist. So maybe that's what the judge said. Okay, well, since you can't pass the drug test, or maybe the drug test came back positive, and then she had to sign the paper saying, yes, I did use drugs, and yes, I'm going to commit to, some kind of rehab or rehabilitation program or whatever the case may be. But at the end of the day, we all know that she has an issue and she struggles with drugs, allegedly. I mean, from what we see and what we hear. But the bottom line of it is, Olivia, if you have all of this going on, at what point in time are you going to sit down and ever think about getting yourself together? Like, for real, for real. Everything that you touch falls apart. You dropped out of school in 8th grade. Okay, let's just go down memory lane for a second. You dropped out of school at 8th grade. You then started a YouTube channel where all you did was bicker and backer with the baby daddy, aka boyfriend. Once that went to shambles and he ran off, then you lured him back in by throwing a fake ceremony of, oh, look, y'all, I graduated, but there was actually no GED. There was absolutely nothing. Then, okay, you weasel him into marrying you. He does that. Soon as you get married, you get left, and now you have been divorced. In the divorce, you have lost your money, your mind, your dignity, your children, and girl, all respect for yourself. You are still bitter and sitting there. Let me see. You went to beauty school for 1 week. You dropped out. You had numerous men in and out of your life. You claimed that you had a baby by a man that still ain't there, don't want to be there. You're faking the funk. I mean, everything that you have touched in 2022 has failed to pieces. So y'all should brace yourselves, because y'all know what's about to happen. She's about to get on here. 2023 is going to be the year of me. All this crap. See, I'm sorry, y'all. I just don't believe in all of that. You can always have goals. It doesn't take a new year to say that you want to have new goals or new resolutions or this and that. When you see that things that you are working to get are just not coming together, that's when you stop, you reevaluate, you make a plan, you make some goals, you make some dreams happen. It doesn't matter about the date on the calendar. So I don't get all into that one, okay? I'm the person that when stuff start not going the way I want, I sit down and reevaluate it then, there, that date. And Olivia, everything that you have touched has went to crap. You are really, really looking like a bozo. You're really looking bitter. You are sitting over there trying to do Robin's hair, and it's looking a hot mess. You're sitting there and you're trying to pretend to be something that you are not and don't want to be. Now, I'm going to say this. A lot of people are in my comments saying, oh, well, Olivia's kids were hugging on her. Olivia's children love her. Let me say this. I could say, well, guess what? Christian must know the tooth fairy, because he sat there for 20 minutes almost showing us his teeth and how he got his cavities filled. We've sat there and we've seen Ryan walking around with a wig on, telling us period poo, and calling everybody girlfriend like that's something cute, and it's not. So it's a lot of things being portrayed. Kids are going to hug their moms. I'm not saying that the kids don't love their mom. That's their mom. They're always going to love her. They're always going to want a piece of her. There are people out here who have been adopted and don't even know their parents, and they want a piece of their parents because it's their parents. Just because a child wants love and wants to be loved does not mean that they want to live with her, does not mean that they want to be bothered with her. That does not mean that they agree with things that she does. It does not mean that they are not in a tug of war of emotions. That just means that, hey, we've missed you, Mom. Now we're tired and we're ready to go home because this is no longer our home. If you think about it, Olivia has bounced around home to home since she's been with these kids and since she's been through this custody battle, state to state. They have been ripped from Texas and taken to Florida, away from their father, away from everyone that they have known. Then now, once they got into a groove of Florida, they were ripped away and taken to Texas. I mean, they're just ready to be settled. That's all. You guys, I'm going to give this about a week, and I'm going to tell you, once Gerard gets his hands to his attorney, gets a hold of this judge, and talks to the family court, all of this is going to be dropped, and we're going to see a really, really sad Olivia who's going to be on here with more and more excuses, and I'm going to be like, boo, 2 thumbs down, Cisco and Ebert, and we're going to see her look as dumb as she ever has because she is now trying any and everything to just cause trouble. Just cause trouble. But y'all, we gonna wrap this up. We'll talk about it a little bit more tomorrow. I will try to get a live out. I have been trying. But y'all, I thank you for being here. I thank you for listening. And for all of those that are going to catch the replay, I'll see you in the comments. And baby, don't forget on your way in or your way out to hit a like button for your girl. And oh, that came out wrong because I don't want nobody saying I'm crazy. You know what? Just comment below. Maybe I don't know if you want to say hit a button and smack a button, whatever the case may be. I love y'all and I'll see y'all later.